Sometimes the most beautiful love stories are not the ones that end in happily ever after, but the ones that leave scars we never forget. Bridgerton Season 4 will not just break your heart, it will shatter it into pieces you will carry forever. Season 3 closed its doors with fireworks of romance, secrets revealed, and bonds tested to their very limits. But as the ballroom lights dimmed and the carriages rolled away, something deeper was left behind. Unfinished emotions, untold truths, and promises that may never survive the weight of society's gaze. Season 4 does not begin with joy. It begins with tension. Tension between duty and desire, between loyalty and betrayal, and between what the heart dares to dream and what the world will allow. At the center of it all is a Bridgerton sibling whose story now takes the spotlight. Their journey, once filled with light-hearted moments and sweet anticipation, now darkens into something heavier, more dangerous, and far more tragic. The Bridgerton home, once a place of laughter and love, now holds whispers in its corridors, shadows in its parlors, and secrets hidden beneath the very gowns and coats that dazzle the ton. Every glance across a crowded ballroom carries unspoken longing. Every whispered rumor at the edge of a dance threatens to destroy a reputation. And every stolen moment of love feels like a battle against time itself. The beauty of Bridgerton has always been the collision of love and society. But in Season 4, this collision becomes a storm. No longer is it about whether love can conquer gossip. It is about whether love can even survive the truth. Choices will be made in candlelit rooms where no one is watching. Letters will be written that can never be sent. And hearts will beat faster not because of passion, but because of fear. Fear of discovery, fear of rejection, fear of losing everything. This is not just another season of romance. It is the story of how love, when tested by duty and fate, can become both the sweetest gift and the cruelest curse. As the Bridgerton siblings steps into their season, the question is not, who will they love? The question is, what will they lose in the name of love? Every season of Bridgerton carries with it the promise of passion, but this time, passion comes at a price. In Season 4, love is no longer a sweet melody played in secret gardens or behind closed doors. It becomes a dangerous gamble, one that could ruin reputations, destroy alliances, and tear apart families. The ton has never been so unforgiving, and the whispers of scandal travel faster than the sound of a violin's bow. What begins as a spark of affection quickly grows into a storm of secrets. A relationship that should have been simple becomes tangled in betrayal, hidden motives, and the constant eyes of those who are waiting for someone to fall. The ballroom is no longer just a place for waltzes and polite introductions. It becomes a battlefield, where every smile hides suspicion, and every dance step might be a move closer to ruin. At the heart of this looming conflict lies a choice. A Bridgerton sibling must decide between the safety of duty and the risk of desire. To follow the rules is to protect their family's honor. To follow the heart is to risk everything they have ever known. And while love has always demanded bravery, in this season, bravery may not be enough. Every glance, every word spoken in confidence, is weighed against the crushing force of society's judgment. And yet, what makes the conflict most devastating is not the ton's sharp tongue or the family's high expectations. It is the quiet war within the heart. The desire to hold on, even when letting go seems easier. The refusal to give up, even when every sign points to heartbreak. For in Bridgerton, it is never just about romance. It is about survival in a world that rewards appearances more than truth. As the season unfolds, friends may turn into enemies, allies may reveal their true intentions, and secrets thought buried will rise to the surface. The grand question that lingers is not just who will find love, but who will pay the highest price for it. There comes a moment in every love story where the music slows, the candlelight flickers, and silence speaks louder than words. In Bridgerton Season 4, that moment does not arrive gently. It crashes into the lives of the characters like a storm ripping through a quiet night. What began as hope, what bloomed as love, is forced into the cruelest test, and it will not survive unchanged. The twist does not scream, it whispers. A letter discovered at the wrong time. A truth revealed when it should have stayed hidden. A decision made in the name of honor that becomes a dagger through the heart. What makes it devastating is not the betrayal itself, but the purity of the love it destroys. A love that dared to believe it could stand against the weight of duty and society's chains. For one Bridgerton sibling, this is the season where their story of romance transforms into tragedy. Their heart, once so full of light, will be shattered not by a villain's hand, but by fate's cruel timing. Love does not end with a loud farewell. It ends with a trembling voice, a tear slipping down a cheek, and two hands letting go when they should have held on tighter. And yet the heartbreak is not theirs alone. The ripple spreads, through the family, through the ton, through every person who witnesses the loss. A smile vanishes from the Bridgerton home. A bond is fractured. A soul is changed forever. Because when love is lost in this world, it is not just a personal grief. It is a wound that reshapes the entire fabric of relationships. This is the moment where viewers will lean forward, their hearts pounding, their breath caught in their throats. The beauty of Bridgerton has always been its romance, but here, the beauty lies in the pain. In the reminder that love, no matter how bright, can be torn away in an instant. And when it happens, it leaves behind not just sorrow, but the haunting memory of what could have been. When the heartbreak finally settles, the world of Bridgerton does not simply move on. The echo of loss lingers in every hallway, every whispered conversation, every unshed tear. What makes Season 4 extraordinary is not only the twist itself, but how it reshapes the people left standing in its wake. A love broken in silence becomes the weight each character must now carry. A weight that transforms them, bends them, and for some, hardens them beyond recognition. The sibling at the center of this storm no longer looks at the world with the same innocence. They step into each day with a quiet ache that never fully leaves. And yet, within that ache, something unexpected begins to grow. Strength, resolve, a determination to rise not despite the pain, but because of it. This is not the kind of growth born from victory. It is the kind forged in fire, where every scar tells the story of what was lost. Around them, the Bridgerton family shifts as well. Some rally closer, holding tighter than ever before, while others drift apart, afraid of being pulled into sorrow too heavy to bear. The grand houses of the ton, ever hungry for scandal, watch with eager eyes. But even they cannot deny the quiet dignity of a heart learning to survive after being broken. What makes this fallout so powerful is its universality. We do not just see characters mourning a love story. We see them becoming something new because of it. A brother learns compassion he never knew he had. A sister discovers courage in the face of loss. Even the family matriarch, so often a pillar of composure, finds herself moved in ways she cannot easily conceal. And yet, beneath the grief, a truth flickers. Endings, no matter how cruel, are never truly final. In the shattered pieces of love, there is the possibility of new beginnings. In the silence left behind, there is space for voices yet to be heard. Season 4 does not promise that every wound will heal, but it does promise that every wound will change those who bear it. And sometimes, change is the most powerful story of all. This is not simply the end of a romance. It is the rebirth of souls, a reminder that even when love breaks us, it also remakes us. And as the curtain falls on this chapter, one truth remains certain. The Bridgertons will never be the same again. When the final notes of Season 4 play, there is no sense of closure. The audience does not rise from their seats with comfort. They remain frozen, gripped by the silence of a story unfinished. For if heartbreak was the shattering, the cliffhanger is the echo, a sound that follows you long after the ballroom doors close. The ton believes the scandal is settled, that the story has ended. But Bridgerton never leaves its secrets buried. In the closing moments, a single revelation rises like a shadow across candlelight. A secret that should have remained hidden, a truth that will not stay silent. It is not spoken aloud, not yet. Instead, it lingers in a glance, in a gasp, in a half-finished sentence that cuts away before it can be completed. Viewers are left suspended between dread and anticipation, unable to look away. And in that moment, one thing becomes painfully clear. The heartbreak we witnessed is not the final wound. It is only the beginning. The Bridgerton sibling who walked through fire will face an even harsher trial. Their choices, already painted with sorrow, will ripple into something far larger, not just for themselves, but for every member of the family. Friendships will be tested, reputations will be risked, and even the strongest bonds will tremble. What makes this ending unforgettable is not just the unanswered question, it is the feeling it leaves behind. The feeling that love has not died, only transformed. That heartbreak is not the final note, but the prelude to something even more devastating. As the screen fades to black, the orchestra swells not in triumph, but in longing. It is music that aches, music that lingers, music that promises we have not yet seen the full cost of love. And so, the season closes with a silence that is deafening. A silence that dares the audience to return, to search for answers, to hope against hope that what was lost can somehow be found again. For in the grand story of the Bridgertons, every ending is only a doorway, and beyond this doorway lies a future that will break us all over again. Heartbreak does not end when the music fades. It lingers like perfume on silk, like ashes after fire. And in Bridgerton Season 4, what remains is not only the pain of what was lost, but the haunting question of what will rise from the ruins. Beyond the shattered love and broken promises lies a quiet transformation, one that whispers of strength born from sorrow, of courage born from despair. The Bridgertons have always been a family bound by loyalty, yet tested by society's cruel gaze. Now they stand at a crossroads unlike any before. Some carry their grief like armor, vowing never to be so vulnerable again. Others cling to hope, believing that love, even wounded, can find its way back into the light. The halls of their home, once echoing with laughter, now hum with resilience. Every step taken across those marble floors is heavier, slower, but also stronger. For grief may weaken hearts, but it also shapes warriors of the soul. And while one sibling's story feels like the cruelest of tragedies, another's quietly begins. A look exchanged across a ballroom, a letter never sent, but one day perhaps delivered, a spark flickering in the shadows of ruin. For every love that falls, another waits its turn, reminding us that even in the ashes of sorrow, the seeds of hope remain. Season 4 does not give us the relief of a neatly tied ending. Instead, it gifts us something more powerful, the reminder that life, like love, is never finished, that stories bend, break, and rebuild in ways we cannot predict, that hearts, though shattered, are not beyond repair. As the camera pulls away from the grand estate, fading into the night, one truth becomes clear. The Bridgertons will endure, not untouched, not unscarred, but unbroken in spirit. And if love is the greatest risk of all, then perhaps, just perhaps, the greatest heartbreak is also the greatest beginning. As the final curtain of Season 4 falls, we are left not with peace, but with longing. A longing that sits heavy in the chest, that lingers in the quiet moments after the last note of music fades. For what Bridgerton gives us is not only the beauty of love, but the truth of it, its fragility, its cruelty, its power to both destroy and renew. And while Season 4 may shatter hearts, it also opens a door that no one can close. The heartbreak that defined this season is not the end. It is a beginning disguised as loss. Every tear shed, every whispered farewell, every sacrifice made in silence. These are the seeds of stories yet to bloom. What was broken will shape what is to come. What was lost will guide the path forward. The Bridgerton family, scarred and changed, now carries wounds that will not simply fade. They will define the next chapter. But perhaps this is why the series endures. Because life itself is never neat, never perfect. Love is not a ribbon tied at the end of a dance. It is a risk, a leap, a battle against time and circumstance. And as we look ahead to the next season, One truth glimmers like candlelight in the dark. The heart, though fragile, is relentless. It always beats again. Season 4 may have broken us, but it has also prepared us. For what lies ahead is not just another tale of romance. It is the aftermath of heartbreak, the rebirth of love in unexpected places, and the test of whether the soul can ever truly heal. The question is no longer who will find love, but who will survive it. And so as the screen fades to black, the audience is left with a choice: to close the book with sorrow or to wait, breathless, for the next page to turn. For in the grand halls of the Bridgerton world, nothing ever truly ends. Every heartbreak is a promise, every ending a beginning, and the story, oh, the story, has only just begun.